Welcome to the real credits video for Let's Play Control. I felt a bit abrupt. I guess that huge amount of enemies was the final boss fight, huh? I mean, for a long-ass time there, I was convinced that it was going to be, either a boss fight against Dylan or a boss fight against Polaris. I guess I'll have to edit out the, outro and intro from the beginning there. Oops. It's alright. Why do the letters get wiggly towards the top of the screen? Are we looping? Stunts! Oh, right. It did have live action elements. Well, now it's crediting the DLCs I haven't played yet. Maybe I won't pay too close attention when AWE rolls around. I mean, I just learned that Dr. Theodore Ash plays a role in the Foundation, despite him having been dead for several years. Yeah, I'm looking over there on the side of my room right now. How fascinating. Huh. Dedicated to Mark Bloom, who gave us the original Dr. Emil Hartman, a true New York talent with the heart of a theater actor. God, what a fantastic time I had with this game. The lore was mysterious and deep, and written in such a way that made me want to know everything about this world and its setting. I mean, goddamn, Remedy have really upped their game. All those powers, each one feeling pretty great, honestly. Really? That's probably the most satisfying telekinesis ability I've ever had in a video game. Like, I haven't felt something that satisfying since Half-Life 2. When they first, a game developer first came up with a gravity gun style solution. I don't know this band, but this is rad. Throw up the horns, man. Damn. I mean, the controls were smooth, the graphics were amazing, considering, you know, how simple most of the environments were. You know, the characters all felt real. You know, Marshall kind of rubs us the wrong way. Irish is endlessly likable. Jessie herself is, you know, deeply sympathetic. Thank you to all of our families, friends, and loved ones. You made it possible and worthwhile to do what we do. My dark disquiet. ARG participants? Oh. Achievement unlocked. Take control. You are the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. The crisis is not over. Your work is not done. Well, I called that, didn't I? And look at that. It's an arrow pointing up. For a change. Kind of gives me hope. Execute board countermeasures and Bureau alerts to fight the ongoing Hiss threat. Search the dangerous depths to the oldest house for classified Bureau secrets and hidden clues. Oh, it's an HRA. Like it's a memorial to Hedron. Oh. I'm still confused. At first I wondered if Polaris and the Hiss were working together, and I'd just let the Hiss into the Hedron room to free it. But then they apparently killed it, and, I'm sorry? Is that a sample of the fucking mold? It's moving, whatever it is. Oh, that's where he had his, graduation thing. Huh.
Shawshank Redemption. That's the name of the movie I was thinking of earlier. Not important, but that was it.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that was the opening speech, the intro. Ah, there it is. Yes, I had been worried about the Foundation, since I hadn't heard hide nor hair of it the entire game, you see. But yes, apparently while technically the story of AWE is just Jessie goes down to the investigations floor and looks thoroughly into the Alan Wake incident, the story of the Foundation, so that can take place whenever, but the story of the Foundation very specifically takes place after the end of the main story. So yeah, we didn't miss anything. Oh. Oh, start the quest by talking to the board. Where the fuck am I? Yes, this is that room I was trapped in for all eternity. I wonder if that guy is real. Because, I mean, the fucking coffee stain turns out to be real. Holy shit, he's really here. So, come here often? I need to get to a, control point. You know what I'm confused by, to be honest? Central Executive is, just a fucking, like, square. There's offices here, but it's very kind of weird to me that it's even marked on the map.
Any luck finding the armory?
None. Looks like it got shifted. We have rangers checking each sector.
Fuck, whose side is the house on? Alright, we'll keep teams looking. And post a watch on the old location just in case it shifts back. We need that fucking ammo.
Hey, just a thought. Maybe you should ask Ati if he knows where it is.
I heard you closed the Hiss portal, or whatever it is we're calling it. Now, if we could just flush out the stragglers.
So, what's next for Sign and Arish?
Well, first off, I'm banning all slide projectors. That's it. Seriously, though, we need to review our protocols. Research should not be making decisions that endanger the entire Bureau, fuck it, the entire fucking world, without some serious oversight.
I think Pope would agree. Certain people in the Bureau have been working in the shadows for too long.
And I'd like to make these HRAs part of the mandatory Bureau uniform. They're not stylish, but better safe than sorry.
I don't think anyone will complain. Not after this. What are your thoughts on me serving as director?
Well, I couldn't be more excited. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, Trench was fine, but well, you pulled us back from the brink, so... Well, I'm honored to serve, man.
Aw.
I mean, fuck, shit. Phaeton. Sorry.
He'll get it one day. So, what's the situation in my bureau, Arish?
The situation is we are still up to our eyes in Hiss. Not to mention the months of repairs it's gonna take just to get this place up and running again.
But is it doable?
Of course it is. You just might need to tell some rangers to grab a wrench once they're done hunting Hiss.
Did anyone ever mention to you that Darling was using the slide projector?
Well, Salvador never did, but I doubt he even knew. Look, I'm well aware that it's our job to study and contain the things that we don't understand, but some of the things that Darling did were way outside of our mission statement. Look, these things are not toys, and acting like they are is only ever going to end one way. At least Pope seems to understand that.
Well, it's secure now. No one can reach it without my say-so.
But thank Christ for that.
Huh.
Marshall's been missing for a while now. Any ideas where she could be?
The last time I saw her was in maintenance when I was leading the Rangers out of the Atlas. Yeah, I told her it wasn't safe, but she said she had to go check on something.
Did you ask where she was going?
Whew. Marshall is not the kind of person you question. Kind of intimidating, you know? But, she was by herself. If that helps at all.
Not really, but thanks. Hopefully she turns up. I'll see you later.
You know where I'll be.
I just wanted
a
to check.
file on the old director, Northmore. Didn't list any dated death. You know anything about that?
Could be an error. The record staff process a lot of data. Maybe it just slipped through.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, good, and people don't even know about that. Awesome. I just want to check something. Director's suit. Hell yeah. I'll leave that on for the moment, but I'll probably put on the other thing once I go back to fighting. I did want to read out a thing while we're here, because I've got this very long comment that was actually full of very fascinating information. Oh, I know what? There's a perfect place for me to stand.
You gotta be methodical.
In fact...
Clean out every last Hiss with one thorough sweep, room by room. But there's a building shifting. One get behind our line. Fuck, this place is a pain in the ass sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, first of all, trust me on this.
Oh, I can't believe the emergency rations don't include beer.
I would not want to be inebriated during a time like this. Okay, I will just stand over here next to these enormous puddles of water. Alright, here it goes. Very special shout out to Gwrth. It's Gwrrth. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. Here we go. This is going to be a long comment, Consider this an extra collectible on Ahti you won't find in the game, written by a Finn who can give some cultural background on Ahti's character and things related to him. I wanted to share some ideas I thought you and your audience could find interesting. No spoilers here. As someone must have already pointed out, all the strange things he keeps saying are direct translations from Finnish idioms, so they're mostly lost in translation. I think that was Remedy's way to make Ahti weirder for English-speaking players, but it's also an inside joke for us Finns. For example, "There's a dog buried in this" equals "There's something suspicious about this." Or, "Did you have piss in your sock?" equals "Were you worried/scared?" During the game, he also tells one terrible Finnish wordplay-based dad joke that makes no sense whatsoever in English. "Burn it into a reindeer, not into a moose." His strong accent is also a conscious choice, and an obvious joke for us Finns. We even have a word for this thick accent and slightly broken English. It's called Rally English, making fun of Finnish rally drivers whose interviews in English are kind of legendary here in Finland. Nowadays, many Finns have excellent English skills, but we tend to be quite self-aware of our accent. Those radios in Ocean View Motel were broadcasting maritime weather forecasts in Finnish. I might read a bit too much into this, but as a Finn, I think there are two themes those radios represent. I thought you might find these interesting, as you've spent the time reading the collectibles and getting into the lore of the game. The first theme being the archetypal Finnish summer holiday that Ahti is having. Traveling to the summer cottage, usually located by the lake or sea. The culture has changed a bit during the last decade or two, but some people still don't have television or even electricity in their summer houses. And even if they do, they don't use them that much. It's a place where people don't want to use technology as much. It's more like a silent retreat with some low-intensity activities and little if no screen time at all. That brings us to the radio. Just a decade ago, many summer houses might have only had a battery-operated old radio, which is the only way to listen to the news, etc. And as I said, most Finns also have this idea that the holiday should be a hassle-free, laid-back time with not too much activity. Sitting in your summer cottage, listening to a maritime forecast, a monotonous list of names of places with the direction and speed of wind, even if you don't need that kind of info, kind of captures the mood of not doing pretty much anything. For a Finn, holiday is holy, Perkele, says Ahti, drinking a beer, sitting in a warm sauna by the lake, when you approach him and disturb the peaceful moment he is having. I think this is just another archetypal representation of a concept, just like many other items and events in this game. Ahti himself, in his human form, is also pretty much an archetypal representation of a middle-aged Finnish man. Doesn't talk too much, but gets shit done and curses a lot. Oh, and Ahti wasn't wearing a sheet in the painting. He was wearing a towel, because he was on the porch of his sauna by the lake. The second reason why the radio would broadcast maritime weather could be linked to Ahti's origins. If not origins, at least the myth that has been an inspiration for the character. You might have also noticed that he uses a lot of water when he mops the floors. I think both of these are linked to the fact that Ahti is the name of the god of the sea or water in old Finnish mythology. I don't think we can draw a conclusion that this Ahti is the god of the sea in this game. I think he is something else, but there are some obvious references to that myth. I tend to think Ahti could be a personification avatar of the oldest house itself. After all, the director of the place is just the janitor's assistant, according to him. Could be something else as well, but whatever he is or represents, it's quite obvious that he is a strong being. It's also interesting that he refers to the old gods of Asgard, Odin and Thor Anderson, as his old friends, when he gives you the song as a present from my friends to you. Is he referencing the two rocker guys from Alan Wake? Does he know them in this plane of existence? Or is he referencing Odin and Thor, the real gods of Norse mythology? Or do the Anderson brothers perhaps have some actual link to those forces? And what does that say about Ahti? I have no clue. It's even hinted that they would be having a sauna with Ahti. As you were running towards the place where you got the cassette player, you heard Ahti saying, and then something in Finnish, which means, those Swedish brothers couldn't handle the lojali, which means wet heat of the sauna. The Swedish brother couldn't handle the lojali, because Viking culture didn't influence only Norway, but Sweden as well. Huh. One last note. The Sankaran Tango, or Heroes Tango, that plays during the tramcar ride, was written solely for this game. The lyrics are by Sam Lake himself, and they heavily reference Alan Wake and other Remedy games. I recommend you search for the English translation of the song. I haven't done that yet, but I intend to. The song is actually sang by Otti's voice actor and face model, Martti Suosalo, who is a beloved Finnish movie actor. He has never played a role in a video game before, and he won a BAFTA award for his role in Control. He accepted the role because his children encouraged him to do it. Okay, one last thought for real. When Otti tells you to clean the trash around the furnace, he means barrels full of biohazard material. I did notice that. I've always thought that it might be Otti's compromise to feed the furnace. The furnace wants to eat people, so maybe those barrels contain the bodies of Bureau agents that have been compromised, or exposed to some dangerous materials, and their bodies have become a biohazard. So, yeah, thank you very much for all of that insightful information, Gwirth. Yeah, very special shout out. And, you know, as the game itself just said, we might have gotten to the end credits, and Jesse might have finally gotten, you know, comfortable in the role of the director of the Federal Bureau of Control, but we've still got work to do.
Fucking day.
No kidding. Has this all been one day? It's kind of hard to tell in here. There is still work to be done. There's still work I haven't done here. I'd still really like to do an episode where I just do this. Yeah, that's the thing. I need to get this guy. Yeah. We need to get all this stuff done. But I guess that can wait. Oh, what would I have gotten? Oh, slide projector! Slide projector OOP-15-UE, acquisition date and containment location redacted. Containment procedure redacted. Description para-utility. The object is a slide projector with a vertical tray. The object creates redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 26.1 for more details. The only redacted to successfully produce this effect resulted in the capture of redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 26.3 for more details. Object has not been successfully bound. The para-utility of this object does not require binding. Discovered in the Bureau responded to redacted. See AWE 24 case file for more information. Many of the accompanying slides were burned. See files on P6, P7 for details. The entirety of the redacted was transported to the Bureau for examination to find additional redacted or other altered materials. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control, Jesse Faden. Oh, that's funny. That's not actually how she wears her hair. Weird. But yes, there's still work to be done. Is this still that same one?
This is Lynn Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April. Case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox.
Oh, that one. Yes, that's right. I did know that one.
We're gonna need an additional source of munitions, and fast.
Surprised that hasn't become a quest. I'm also
did a fine job handling this, especially considering how new she is.
I suppose, but the hiss are still all over the Bureau. When is she gonna get them out?
I'm sure she's working on it. It wouldn't kill you to admit she's doing a good job.
What are these? Oh, one of them's gone. So are you the one that wanted to kill my brother, or the one that didn't? Yeah, I don't blame you for looking away. Alright. We still need to talk to,
How deep did the hiss get?
Emily. But, yeah, I guess I will call it here for now. I'm BurningDogFace, and I will see you when our journey through Control continues. We've come a long way. There's still miles to go before we sleep. I'll see you then, Burning Dog fans. Later.